Hello everyone, this is Siham from the Research and Development Department in Market Equity, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some of the major pairs and their price movement predictions for the day, which falls on a Thursday, 30th of September 2021. Let's begin with the Euro versus the US dollar, where in the previous videos we said that the pair is moving in a downtrend in the 4-hour time frame inside the overall sideways movement in the daily time frame, and recently the pair broke down through level 1.1665, which by breaking down through it will support the ending of the previous sideways movement and the beginning of a downtrend in the daily time frame, which will continue to target around level 1.1420 as a primary target in the downtrend. And other than that, it is currently being traded around level 1.16, which is a horizontal support level for the pair in the daily time frame, as it has been previously tested before, and by breaking down through it will also support the continuity of the downtrend as well as the targeting of around level 1.1420. If we notice the 1-hour time frame, then we can see that the pair recently rebounded upwards off of around level 1.1590 in order to correct inside the downtrend. However, if we compare the rebounding upwards off of this level to the previous downwards movement, then we can see that it is considered a weak rebounding up, and therefore it increases the likelihood of breaking down through level 1.1590, which, as we said in that case, will support the continuity of the downtrend in the daily time frame as well as the 4-hour time frame, and will support the targeting of around level 1.1420. If we notice the RSI indicator in the daily time frame, then we can see that it is currently moving below level 30 inside the oversold area, which supports the probability of rebounding upwards off of around the current levels in order to correct before continuing with the downtrend. That was it for the Euro versus the US dollar. Let's move on to the US dollar versus the Swiss franc. In the previous videos, we said that the pair is moving in an uptrend in the 4-hour time frame, and we were waiting for it to target level 0.9330 after it rebounded upwards off of around level 0.9220 and broke up through level 0.9275. The pair achieved level 0.9330 and is currently retesting it, which by rebounding upwards off of it will support the continuity of the uptrend in the 4-hour time frame as well as the daily time frame, and will continue to target around level 0.9375, then 0.9465 as primary targets in the uptrend in the daily time frame as well as the 4-hour time frame. Another thing to note is that the pair recently broke upwards through the downtrend line that it has formed previously, whether it was on the daily time frame or the weekly time frame, and is currently being traded around it, which by holding above it will further support the continuity of the uptrend in the daily time frame as well as the 4-hour time frame, and in the long term will have a primary target of around level 0.9675, which is, like we said, a primary target of breaking upwards through the previous downtrend line in the weekly time frame or the daily time frame. If we notice the RSI indicator in the daily time frame, then we can see that by rebounding upwards off of around level 50, it supports the continuity of the current uptrend, and if we notice the RSI indicator in the 4-hour time frame, then we can see that it is starting to rebound downwards off of around level 70 from inside the overbought area, which supports the probability of rebounding downwards off of around the current levels to correct, which in that case might extend to retest around level 0.9290 before continuing with the uptrend in the 4-hour time frame as well as the daily time frame. That was it for the US dollar versus the Swiss franc. Let's move on to the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. In the previous videos, we said that the pair started an uptrend in the daily time frame after breaking upwards to level 110.40, which was a horizontal resistance level for the pair in the daily time frame, and recently the pair broke upwards to level 111.65, which was a horizontal resistance level for the pair in the daily time frame, and by holding above it will support the continuity of the uptrend as well as the targeting of around level 112.40, and by breaking upwards to level 112.40 will support the continuity of the uptrend, which will continue to target around level 113.65 as a primary target in the current uptrend. If we notice the RSI indicator in the daily time frame, then we can see that by moving around level 70 near the overbought area, it supports the probability of rebounding downwards off of around the current levels to correct before continuing with the uptrend, specifically since the last upwards movement was a very strong one with no signs of any corrections, which in that case the downwards correctional movement will extend to retest around level 110.95 before continuing with the current uptrend. If we notice the RSI indicator in the 1-hour time frame, then we can see that the RSI indicator has formed a negative divergence, which further supports the probability of seeing a downwards correctional movement soon either by rebounding downwards off of around the current levels or off of around level 112.40, which, like we said, will continue to retest around level 110.95 before continuing with the uptrend. That was it for the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Market Equity wishes you successful trading and have a nice day.